everybody. I hope you're having a great week so far. I'm planning on uploading this on a Friday, so hopefully you are off to a great weekend and have fun things planned and relaxing time. I just wanted to talk today about 2019 and my goals and intentions for the year. So I'm not very good at resolutions. I usually end up kind of falling off of them within a few weeks at the beginning of the year. Life happens and you just kind of, things just might fall apart or change or whatever, and so I'm not as great about resolutions. So this year I just have some goals and things that I want to accomplish that are not like right away or that have like a long time frame. Like I'm not saying, oh, I want to work out every single day of the year. Like that's a big resolution and things happen, and it's easy to feel guilty if you don't follow through with those. So I just have a few things that I want to be better at this year and focus on a little bit more. I always use a planner, and I actually haven't decided on one for this year yet. I've been shopping around a little trying to decide what I want to use, but this is the one that I used last year and it's really pretty. I got it from Walmart. I think it was like $7 or $8, and I used this so much last year. I was pregnant and I had also started my blog, so I was trying to keep things straight, and then we had a wedding last year and multiple birthdays like you do every year and things like that I just wanted to keep track of and keep straight. So for me, writing things down really works. I've journaled since I was 11 years old and consistently, not necessarily every single day, but pretty consistent. And so writing things down really makes sense to me, and it helps me have it in a visual place where I can see it. So I've always used a planner, and like I said, I haven't chosen one for this year yet. This one goes through January of this year, so I've been okay using it. But I do plan to make a purchase, and maybe I'll share my planner and how I use it whenever it gets here. If that seems like it would be something you would be interested in, comment below and let me know. And so I just want to talk about my intentions a little bit. I just have this really pretty notebook. This too is from Walmart, and I just really like their designs, and I feel like they're reasonable priced, and if I don't use all of it or it gets lost, it's not like the end of the world because I spent $45 on it. So one of my goals, the biggest goal this year was to start a YouTube channel, which I now have done, so I'm really excited about that. And my goal with YouTube this year is to have 1,000 subscribers, and I know YouTube is a very competitive market, and so I didn't want to put out there that I wanted 1 million subscribers in my first year. I know that that's not really realistic, and so I think 1,000 subscribers is more realistic and more achievable, and it just doesn't put quite as much pressure on me. I'm a very organized and list-oriented and goal-oriented person, and so if I don't achieve every single thing on my list, sometimes I feel disappointed or let down or upset with myself, and so sometimes that can be a little bit too much pressure. So I think 1,000 subscribers is achievable, and I'm hoping that I will reach that goal this year, and I'm super excited to see where YouTube takes me. And I really so far have liked the creative outlet. I like being able to talk about things that I'm interested in, and so I'm really excited, and I hope that you'll subscribe and stick around and see what kind of content I produce. So those were two big goals this year. I really want to travel a little bit more this year. My husband and I took a trip last year for our honeymoon, and well, no, I guess that was in 17. We got married in 2017, so that was in 2017. I can't believe that we're in 2019 already. This is crazy. But last year we did travel. We took a baby moon in June, and we went to the beach and just spent a few days just really relaxing and catching up together, and it was really wonderful. We hardly used our phones except to take a few pictures, and just kind of were just really present with each other, and it was very relaxing and very calming and very soothing experience before we had a baby and we're just thrown into the chaos of motherhood and fatherhood. So that was really fun. So I really want to do that again this year. We haven't sat down and planned a place yet, but we've been talking about it a little bit, And I also want to go either on a day trip or something like that with my sister Cassie. It's a little bit harder once you have a baby to plan maybe several days or whatever, because now you have to have somebody to watch your baby if you're not taking him, or if you are going to take them, then you have to have some plans on how you're going to carry him everywhere and take all of the things that he needs. And when you have a baby, you don't know if there's going to be a fussy day, or they might be sick or whatever. So but I do want to take a day trip. We've talked about maybe going to Kings Island again this year. We did that a couple of years ago and it was really, really fun. So we might do that. But she's my best friend. I'm sure you guys will hear me talk a lot about her on this channel. And so we really want to plan something really fun to go and do. So maybe not necessarily a big trip or an international trip, but just travel a little bit more, get a few more places. Another thing that I want to do is be more active. Like I said, I'm not one to be like, I want to work out every single day, because that's not really realistic for me. And so I just want to be more active. I did start working out again this week, and after having a baby, and so that was very interesting. I felt very weak after having my son. So I just want to be a little bit more active. Once you have a toddler, you just become more active just by nature. So I want to be able to keep up with him once he hits that age. So maybe just go on more walks and do a few focused workouts. I used to be extremely active when I was younger. I say younger like I'm old, but when I was in college and the few years before that, I was extremely active. I used to love to run, and so I just want to be more active, get outside, enjoy the air, and excuse me, and just keep myself healthy. The next thing I really, really want to do this year is take Oliver to the zoo, and this will have to be something that we do when he's a little bit older, so it might be later in the year, but I really want to do that. I think it'll be really fun to see all the animals, and he probably won't be talking yet, but just like see him experience that. I think that would be really, really fun. So the zoo's a few hours from us, but I think it would be a really fun day trip, and just take him, and we might plan an overnight just in case he's fussy or something happens. I'm not sure yet. We haven't discussed that, but that's kind of one thing that I'm really wanting to do. I always loved the zoo, and so I really want to take my little boy to the zoo and introduce him to all the fun animals. I think that would be really fun. So there's a couple more really intentional goals that I have this year that are a little bit more serious. I really want to focus on being present this year. So social media, and I say this as somebody who is trying to make a go of it on social media, but social media and phones and your laptop and just technology in general really consumes a lot of our lives, and it's really easy to get kind of sucked into that vortex and kind of neglect your friendships and your relationships with the people around you. So I really want to focus this year on being more present when I'm with family and friends, really putting my phone down and expanding on those relationships and focusing in on them and helping them know how much I love them and care about them. And one way of doing that is being present and really listening to what they have to say, and maybe having a game night or more activities, or however you want to do that. I just really want to focus on my relationships and strengthen them, and really build on those this year. So that's one really important thing to me. And then the next thing that's really important to me is to focus on self-care. So we live in a really, really hectic world. Everything's go, go, go 24/7. And especially as a new mom, it can be really hard to sit down and breathe and relax and just focus on yourself for a few minutes. And so I really want to do that more this year. I've always had a little bit of a struggle doing that, because I always feel like if I'm not being productive or I'm not doing something that is achieving something, then I'm being lazy or whatever. But sometimes it's good just to sit and relax. And I've learned a little bit more about that now, having a baby. Just trying to soak in all of those beautiful moments, and before he's completely grown and doesn't need me anymore. But I really want to focus on that, and if you take care of yourself, then you can really take care of others around you and really focus on them and your relationships with them too. So those are just a few of my goals this year. I hope that I will be able to achieve them, and maybe if not, maybe if I don't get them 100%, I will have built on some really good things for my life. And so that's my plan for this year. So I would love to hear what you want to accomplish this year, what you would like to achieve this year, and leave me a comment. Let me know what your goals are for the year, and check out my social media if you haven't already. I've got Instagram, Facebook, and my blog, All It Kisses in Kevlar. If you Google them, I think they pop up. So I'd love to have you follow them. They're also in the link below, and you can learn a little bit more about my life and see more of the daily, kind of how I conduct my life daily. That, if you're interested in that, I don't know. But I thank you so much for watching, and I hope I will see you in my next video. Bye.